You always take care of me.
This is WTRF, the home of 7 News, sponsored by Bordas & Bordas. 7 News This Morning begins now.
Coming up on 7 News this morning, West Virginia is now openly discussing the issue of trans health care during the legislative session. We'll see what exactly is on the table. That story's coming up for you in just minutes.
Plus, we'll see the 2 newest additions to the Jefferson County Commission as they look ahead to what's to come later this year. That and much more later this morning. But we're going to start with your weather this edition of 7 News This Morning. It's cold out there and it looks like things might be getting colder for our weekend. I definitely had some fog as well. Thank you for joining us for 7 News This Morning. I'm Taylor Long.
And I'm Rebecca Little. And you definitely don't want to forget to bundle up as you head outside this morning to start your day. Let's get that traffic pattern looking for you this morning as we look over the Highlands. And Adam, traffic was slow moving this morning, which I was a little surprised on a Friday morning commute even at this hour, but it really was not too much going on. I did not notice the fog like Taylor did though.
Yeah, that's the fun of the Ohio Valley. So like you always say, it's a little bit of this, it's a little bit of that. Everyone sees something different, but what most of us are seeing is some clouds and a little bit of frost as we start the morning. So let's turn our attention to Storm Tracker 7, where anything in the way of cloud cover is just those mid to high level thin clouds. So you still see periods of sunshine this morning. That's just a precursor to what's to come this afternoon, as we'll likely see the return of showers, even becoming heavy at times. But currently 31 here in Wheeling and St. Mary's is a warm spot, but as cool as 25 in the New Philadelphia and Chester. So definitely if you're parked outside, give your car just a couple extra minutes to warm up and defrost. And if you're out the door early this morning, definitely have a thicker jacket or a light coat. But the good news though, we should warm up into the upper 40s, but if we see any extra pockets of sunshine, a few spots could try to push 50 later on this afternoon. But also this afternoon, we do have another wind advisory that goes into effect at 4 p.m. this afternoon and runs to 1 a.m. on Sunday. This means gusts of up to 50 miles an hour or stronger. This could bring down some small branches or even some dead trees that could cause some isolated power outages this afternoon through the weekend. I'll have a full look at your forecast coming up here in just a couple of minutes. But for now, back to you, Rebecca.
Thank you, Adam, for all of that. And Hancock County Commissioners gathered to approve several motions yesterday afternoon during their first meeting of the new year. 7 News reporter Annalise Murphy was at that meeting and shares more details on how much funding was approved for first responders.
Hancock County held their first commission meeting of the year where they approved significant funding for first responders and named a commissioner president. The meeting started with approval of minutes from the December 28th commission meeting, followed by a vote for a 2024 commission president. Current president, Commissioner Jeff Davis, will remain president for this year and announced this would be his last, as he is not seeking re-election. One of the highlights of the meeting was the approval of over $380,000 to help the Hancock County Sheriff's Office update their equipment.
Fortunately enough, through a grant with Senator Capito's office, Hancock County and the Sheriff's Department received 2 grants, one in the amount of $340,000. That's going to be used to buy body cam, equipment for the cruisers, and also the other grant was about $42,000, and that's going to be used to buy a new police interceptor cruiser.
Hancock County Sheriff Scott Giddings was also in attendance at commission and says he hopes to have the new equipment within the next 3 months. The next commission meeting is January 25th at 2:30. Reporting in Hancock County for 7 News, I'm Annalise Murphy, working for you.
All right, as the election season approaches, the surge in illegal crossings at the U.S. southern border has prompted lawmakers to urgently seek solutions. One of the major roadblocks seems to be a lack of judicial officials to process asylum claims. We spoke to West Virginia Republican Senator Shelley Moore Capito, who estimates that at our current capacity, we can possess about 2,000 to 3,000 asylum claims per day, and say at least in the short term, there's a need for more. But she also wants to raise the standard for what qualifies for asylum.
Once again, the Mountain State is delving into the contentious issue of gender-affirming health care. A newly introduced legislative bill proposes to tighten those restrictions. Health decisions for transgender people under the age of 18 were among the most volatile items approved in the 2023 session, but now more is on the table. And last year, what's known as gender-reaffirming surgery was banned for those under 18. This year, the bill would also ban hormone therapy, mental therapy, puberty blockers, and surgery for anybody under 21.
My concerns are that people at a very, very, very young age, and some states are going all the way down to childhood age, are probably not intellectually mature enough to make that serious a decision. It's a one-way ticket.
It's absurd to me that we revisit this and ask, restrict it even further and ask doctors to basically not provide what is clearly evidence-based medicine, as again dictated by every major medical association in the state and the country.
The West Virginia bill follows a similar gender healthcare controversy in Ohio. Governor DeWine vetoed a bill that restricted gender-affirming care for minors, but the House overrode his veto.
Expressing opposition to House Bill 68 are voicing their fears. Among them is Sam Shim, a parent of 2 transgender children, the youngest of whom is only 16. He says his children don't feel safe anymore and says it's a shame that lawmakers have taken such a personal decision away from his family. But the Center for Christian Virtue, a policy organization that backed House Bill 68, says it's just the first step for legislation they say will protect children.
Hospitals like Nationwide Children's will have to limit what services they offer in their programs, and that's really scary that their ability to help children are limited by legislators, and I believe that we're going to see more teen suicides.
The bottom line is we're always going to be looking at best ways to protect children. This is a massive first step. It's been legislation that's been worked on for about 3 years.
Both say they will be there when the Senate holds their vote.
Celebrating its 35th year, the Ogilvie Institute's Stifel Fine Arts Center is once again highlighting local creativity through their regional student art exhibition. And last night, they welcomed students and families from across the Ohio Valley to their opening reception of the exhibit. Students in grades 9 through 12 from 14 different high schools submitted artwork in 6 categories: drawing, photography, mixed media, painting, 3D, and sculpture, and even digital painting.
About it is sometimes it's generational. Sometimes it's the grandma was the painter or the potter, and now it's their grandchild that's doing stuff. So it's great to see the multiple generations, and it's fun to know when some of them actually exhibited their work here as adults. And now to see their children or their grandchildren being able to have their work on the walls, it's pretty awesome.
Some of these kids might not even consider themselves artists, so to speak. And then to have a place like the Stifel that has the history and the prestige to put them up, I think is a really powerful thing. And I hope that it does get some of these kids to continue to make and go on to be artists with a capital A.
Now, the Regional Student Art Exhibition is free and open to the public to tour until February the 9th.
Wednesday was the start of the West Virginia legislative session, with various groups from near and far uniting to affect change in the Mountain State, one of which is the anti-human trafficking organization Ignite Hope, who took to Capitol floor for the first time to meet senators and let them know that their team is here to bring awareness and education. Because of their efforts, the Senate officially recognized January as Human Trafficking Awareness Month and are also working to change terminology surrounding human trafficking laws.
Bill is passed, it will help law enforcement to do their job, to have the support and be able to penalize this horrible crime to the fullest of the law. We're coming together to support a cause that we can make a difference, but it's going to take us uniting and having the same philosophy as God's children are not for sale, and we're not going to stand by silently anymore.
You can find more information and resources on Ignite Hope's Facebook page, which we have linked for you over on our website, WTRF.com.
In honor of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day, we will be airing a tribute to Dr. King called A Daughter's Dream. It features Yolanda Renee King, the only grandchild of the civil rights leader. At just 15 years old, Ms. King wrote the book We Dream, A World Carrying the Light from My Grandparents, Martin Luther King Jr. and Coretta Scott King. We can watch the special Monday evening together at 7:30 on WTRF, My Ohio Valley. Still to come for you this morning, Ohio Governor Mike DeWine is speaking out on the House Bill 68 override. We'll hear what he has to say. The full story is coming up, but first, Adam.
Well, it's a cold start to the morning. So if you're parked outside, give your car a couple extra minutes to warm up and defrost. Make sure you grab a coat as you step out the door this morning. But let's take another live look outside over the Highlands. With the good news, we're still calm for now, but unfortunately we will see rain showers and even an isolated rumble of thunder later on this afternoon. The time right now is 5:09, and while you're in your car, you can listen to your local 7 News headlines over on WKKX AM 1600. The Valley's Watchdog Network. We'll be right back.